Hi everybody out in Blogland. So I'm back. A lot has happened since the last time I posted, and I have a lot more news for you. First of all, Ian and I both decided that yes, we are definitely going to go ahead with surgery, and we both have looked into all the options and really decided on the vertical sleeve surgery, um, also called gastric sleeve or vertical sleeve gastrectomy. So you can Google those if you're interested in it. I will also try to post a couple of links and pictures and things like that in this blog post. But just after researching all the options, it just seems like the best of both worlds. And I can't imagine really going any other way at this point. So I had actually got in touch with a woman at the office where my surgeon works, and I was asking her what could I get done before our consultation on May 12th as far as appointments and pre-op requirements. What could I get done so that it would move things forward? And she gave me a whole list of everything I can do, which I'm working on. If you're interested, that's like getting a note from my doctor saying that he recommends the surgery for me and thinks it's medically necessary. And since he's the one who sent me there in the first place, that should not be a problem. And then it's also getting a full blood panel done, which I just had done anyway. So as long as I can get my results for that and it includes everything that they're looking for, then that's already done. And then a psych evaluation, which the therapist I'm already seeing, who is a licensed counselor, can write that evaluation and says she has no problem doing that. And she's also going to meet with Ian in a couple weeks, I think the day before our consult, and meet with him, ask him lots of questions, and be able to write the evaluation for him too. So that's good. And then the only other thing I believe I need at this point is to have a new sleep study done, because I haven't had a sleep study since I was like 16. So for the sleep apnea, they need to know exactly where you are with that, what kind of oxygen levels you need, just to ensure your total safety during surgery and after, during recovery and all of that stuff. I don't really want to be on a CPAP machine, especially at this point, because once I start dropping the weight, the sleep apnea will go away. I never have been on one because I just could not sleep with it. Couldn't get used to it. So that'll be really nice because basically I'm living with untreated sleep apnea, which makes me tired all the time. So I've had these puppies right here, bags under my eyes, for at least 10 years. Maybe they'll eventually get better, who knows. But that'll be really nice when the sleep apnea is getting better. But just for the sake of the surgery, I have to have the sleep study done with new information so they can keep me safe, which is very important. So let's see what else. Okay, so this woman I talked to, I asked her a lot of questions too about our insurance, because the insurance company wouldn't tell me anything. And this woman has worked with every insurance company out there pretty much. And I told her that we have Cigna, and she said she knew for a fact they would not cover the vertical sleeve surgery that we want. And she also knew for a fact if we wanted to do gastric bypass, they would cover it, but with a 6-month doctor-supervised program where you have to go to your doctor every month and get weighed in and follow his diet and exercise plan, and like you have to meet with him every month and he has to take notes on it and stuff. And you have to do that for 6 months and turn all of that into the insurance company. So that was a huge bummer for me, because first of all, there's that feeling of, oh, gee, diet and exercise. I've never tried that before. I mean, those of you who have been following me for years have seen me make many attempts, and they're successful for a while, and then they're not. So to me, the whole 6-month diet and exercise thing is so pointless. I do know that there are some people out there who have not tried things, but I think that's pretty rare. Most of us who have been struggling with weight have tried a lot of stuff a lot of times. Um, and really, the biggest reason they do it is because there are so many people that are borderline of qualifying for surgery, and they know that if they lose 20 pounds in the 6 months, they won't qualify anymore. So I know that's a lot of the reason that they do it. Less people they have to pay for surgery. But I was willing to make my peace with that part of it. I mean, it does suck because, with everything that was said to me personally about how I needed to do this so fast for my health of my spine, and how badly I was, hurting myself. I mean, my doctor wanted me to get down to 225 in 6 months. So I was kind of like, all right, well, this sucks. But really, the worst part of it was the fact that gastric bypass was going to be my only option. I'm sure lap band would have been too, but it's just not something that interests me at this point for many reasons. If you're interested, ask me, and I'll let you know. And gastric bypass it still scares me, and I know that lots of people have it done and don't have problems. And I know this is a strange thing for me to worry about now at this weight, but I have seen some people who lose too much weight and they can't stop, and they have to go have another surgery to fix some sort of problem because they can't stop losing weight when they get down to the bottom. And I know a lot of larger people might say, oh, well, that's a nice problem to have, but it's not. It's extremely scary and dangerous, and you don't want to die by starving to death. Trust me. I mean, man. I was especially struck by watching someone's video on YouTube last week, and the whole time I was watching her videos, I thought she had the surgery that I'm looking into, but it turned out to be gastric bypass. And I watched one of her videos where she had lost about 100 or so pounds, and she looked so healthy and happy, and she was really energetic, and she was like, oh, I'm really happy at this weight, I would like to stay here. And then a couple months later, a new video from her where she looked so tired, and her eyes started to look sunken in, and she was too thin and very frail looking, and she had no energy when she talked. And she was talking about how she couldn't stop losing, that she was now about 15 pounds under where she wanted to be, and she was trying to up her calories and all these things, and she couldn't stop losing. She was still losing about a half a pound a day. And she ended up having to go have another $17,000 surgery to fix whatever was wrong. And I know that this is extremely rare, but it just scares me. It really scares me. And then beyond that, beyond those rare cases, just the normal things that you do deal with gastric bypass, such as dumping. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically you'll get really sick after eating something that's too fatty or too sugary. And your initial reaction might be, oh, well, that's great because that helps you not eat those foods. And that's exactly why people do it. But I'm talking minuscule amounts. I have a friend who's 7 years out from her gastric bypass, and she still can't eat ice cream, not even a couple bites. And I want more normalcy than that. But basically, when you eat something like that, and a lot of times you're just testing the waters to see what you can tolerate and what you can't, but you'll get extremely severe abdominal cramping and bad diarrhea, and you'll just feel really, really sick. And that comes from sort of a rush of too much sugar in the system, because with gastric bypass, they're cutting a large portion of your intestine out, so you have a very short digestive tract, and it just can't handle the sugar and stuff. And then the other main issue with gastric bypass that I have is, I lost my train of thought. Oh, the malabsorption. And